morning. How are you? I'm doing my daily update of the RGGCR. We're keeping a close eye on Iraqi, Dinar, and Dong and looking for the revaluation any day now, any time now. So I'm bringing you the summary of everybody's intel updates. And I'm the Faith and Financial Girl. I go live every morning. I bring you hot from the throne room words about this wealth transfer. And I also do faith and financial coaching throughout this crazy time that we're living in. And I'm just enjoying the great day today. I hope you enjoyed your day too. It was just a beautiful day. I walked, I helped a lot of people, and it's a good day. So thank you. I enjoyed meeting everybody today, and I got more to come tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to meeting everybody tomorrow too. So I'll be live in the morning. Make sure you subscribe, tap the bell for at least 20 minutes. You can ask any questions you want about faith or financial. Doesn't matter whether you're a faithful person or not, but I do believe God is saying the time this is done. Right? This is done. So let me go to the intel and give you a quick summary of what we see now this afternoon. I did some summary. I always do it towards the last 7 to 8 minutes of my lives every morning. So if you want to go watch that, just fast forward to the last 8 minutes. You'll get all the intel. But I also share intel throughout this because this is part and parcel. God led me to invest in the Dinar back in 2012. So I've been in this 11 years. So the time is now, and God is telling me that it is done. Right? So I do believe any day, any minute. So let's go look at this. This is kind of exciting. I took a look at this. I'm like, okay, I got to do a video. So United States reportedly owns 10 trillion IQD and would get an economic injection of 10 trillion if the RV IQD stays at $1. What some economists are calling as a bailout for the Obama administration. Same situation as OPPTY Dinar RV. It gave the Bill Clinton administration a surplus or a surplus budget. It also reported that most European, Asian, Latin American, China, and many other countries, especially the G20 countries, keep IQD as their foreign currency reserve. The United States reportedly has 10 trillion and will get an injection of 10 trillion. That is like a duplication. That was good news, guys. Is that not exciting? And then this is Mark Z was on with the militiaman today, so I'll summarize that. I told everybody this morning they should get on that. Today, militiaman is joining us with the latest from Iraq, and then here he goes. Hey, militiaman, have you had a chance to read this one yet? Bank governor, Iraq is on the alert to adjust the exchange rate of the dinar. Militiaman, I have, and it looks to me that they are gearing up for an exchange rate change. Telling you guys, it is done. God is always clear on his word. Sometimes, you just have to wait a little bit, And Mark Z said, we were talking with Nader last night on just what they are showing on their televisions and about having the Iraqi people prepare for sudden price changes and the need for people to change the prices in the markets to reflect rates. And then we get this article. And you gave us some really good stuff yesterday on what happened in D.C. Some may not have seen this yet, though, so I'm going to be quiet while you speak. Militiaman says, thank you. Yesterday was a big day. I don't think many realized that Al-Alik, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, was in Washington yesterday, along with Taif Sami, the finance minister, was also in Washington. We did not have a clue that they were meeting with the World Bank and the U.S. Treasury and the IMF yesterday. Obviously, those entities all in one room around the table working on what is said to be the achievement of the exchange rate stability is huge. It is not surprising that the Central Bank of Iraq governor, Al-Alik, comes out with this article you were talking about. Militiaman said, so being on TV and in the news and hearing about the repricing, it is obvious some changes are coming. He said, what I think is fascinating as well is Brian Nelson with the Treasury was with Alik, and the photos of them look pretty cozy. And to me, the smiles on their faces tells me something big went down. Another thing I thought was fascinating was Halabusi, who is the president of parliament, took his vacation about the same time our U.S. Congress and Senate went on their recess. And what had been on the table before they left was the repeal law on the war in Iraq. They had voted to repeal that, but now there is a final vote. I believe in the House they show back up to work on Monday. Halabusi was supposed to be back to work on the 18th, which is Tuesday, but he may possibly be back today or Saturday instead. Why is that important? The 2023, 2024, and 2025 budget is on the table, and it is supposed to be a different type of budget for the country of Iraq. It's not just an operational budget, but also an investment budget. So when we see things like repricing, that tells us they're going to be doing something in the near future to support and stabilize a new, fresh, acceptable Article 8 compliant with the IMF international exchange rate. And with that said, it's not an oddity that Halabusi came back early and at this time. A big thing we haven't talked about is the Buna platform. It is a big thing, electronic trading platform for around the world. Arab Monetary Fund owns it, and Al Alik was part of the Arab Monetary Fund before this. A few years ago, JP Morgan/Chase got a contract to clear the US dollar through the Buna platform. They also cleared the dinar. So today we see that they cleared the dinar with the Jordanian currency on the Buna platform. Articles are out on that today. So the repricing, the Buna platform with Iraq and Jordan, also Egypt and others will be trading partners. And this has all been happening, and it's no coincidence. Iraq has been trading oil with dollars through the Federal Reserve. There is now an oil and gas agreement with Kurdistan to ship oil to Turkey through the hydrocarbon law, which is also being hammered out in the budget. This brings us back to why Halabusi is now back early. There will probably be a vote with the U.S. Congress. I'm going to keep going because that's a lot of detail, guys. I get lost in that detail. Does anybody else? Militiaman said he got into it over 13 years ago. The IMF had put out a report that was over 198 pages. He stumbled on the number of $3.28. I said, wow, that is where I expected the reinstatement to be, somewhere around that. If there was a way they can add inflation pricing to that, then you would estimate would not be far-fetched. That's when people are thinking between $4 and $6. So it says the real effective change rate is not 1310. If they are to go international and Article 8 compliant at 1166, 1190 or so, they would have already done it. Being international and Article 8 compliant means that they will be trading live on the Forex. That's what I've been saying. They have not done that yet, and they won't do that until the time is right. And that is going to be when they think the time is right. With their meetings in Washington, D.C. and everything in the news and on the streets and in the marketplaces, obviously things have gotten serious and really exciting. Marksy said, you make an excellent point. If they were not going to change the value appreciably, they would have reprinted bills a long time ago that they did not have the zeros on it. They would have already done that if they did not intend to revalue or reinstate their currency value. Most of my counterparts on the street, Mark said, including contractors, are looking for it to be a reinstatement, which to me is awesome. With inflation, that should put the rate at $4. Can you guess what you believe the rate could be or the timing? So, guys, it's just everybody. I think I would be happy with $3 or $4. How about you? Comment down below. Which rate would you be happiest with? Militiaman said, if we look at some of the deals done through the Arab Monetary Fund, the AMF, if one of them was with Tunisia, what they did to expose the exchange rate to the AMF currencies connected to the specials drawing rights of the IMF, who, by the way, were EIN, whose Washington, D.C. meetings yesterday. The rate can go up 3 times the value of the SDR. That is the currencies that the AMF trade at. I'm going to keep skipping, guys, because he goes into a lot of detail. You could always watch the rebroadcast if you want all that. Getting excited, it just feels different this time, and I agree with him. Nader from the Middle East, all we need is 1,000 to 1. If we were 1,000 to 1, believe me, a week later we'd be 1 to 1. So wait for 1,000 to 1. It's coming soon. Mountain Goat, the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazhar Mohammed Salih, commented on Sunday on the continued decline in the exchange rate of the dollar in the parallel market. Woohoo! The first step is for the parallel rate to match the CBI rate of 1132. We don't know, and even the CBI does not know, how long this change will take. Salih also stated that at the same time, the rate of the dinar is supported by large foreign currency reserves, which are the highest in the country's history. All of these factors are gradually shrinking the gap between the two prices. Expectations are huge for tomorrow and Friday. I was hoping we would have seen factual movement by money this morning. We've not seen a lot of positive banking stories from tellers and bank personnel telling you there's something massive coming, or other currencies are being worth a lot. The news, however, has been overwhelmingly positive. We need to stay grounded and see what happens. This is the big one. The Iraqi Trade Bank decides to adopt the dinar only in its electronic financial transactions. De-dollarization, guys, this is big. Guys, they just keep de-dollarizing, which is good. Frank26 says, today we hear they are working on the monetary items to improve our exchange rate. It's pretty obvious what's about to happen. Now they are telling us the exchange rate is moving from 1460 to 1132. You just heard Nader. When it gets to 1,000, there's no stopping it. Don't worry about the exchange rate. The program rate is reducing down to 11.30. None of that matters. What matters is the Iraqi dinar is being mirrored to the USD, depegged and put into an international basket. It will launch the Iraqi dinar into a brand new stratosphere. You're going to see another rate change just before they get to the 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is the mirror effective they are educating you about right now, and then it enters the float at an international level. Remember, Iraq will become a currency central hub. If you've got a small amount of Iraqi dinar, it's easy to consider when to exchange your currency because you've just got a small amount. If you've got a large amount, you can afford to do calculations of when to hold them and when to fold them. Then there's Judy's notes. I don't want to go too much longer, guys. Judy talks a lot about the GCR, and she's also reminding none but a select few know about it. Bruce is saying on the 4th week of April, restitution allowance would kick in. Guys, it's all in what you believe. Guys, there's many theories. I tend to stick with what I know to be true, which is the Iraqi dinar is done. In the spiritual realm, we have to pray it in. How do you do that? You imagine it being done. You make your plans for what you're going to do when it's done. You set an angel appointment with me so you know your choices of how to exchange privately and how to change with the cattle call, right? If you want a more private exchange, you'll contact me. I'll put my email down below where you can schedule that with me. I'm scheduling out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now, full tomorrow and over the weekend. So just be expectant of that. It'll be next weekend. But guys, I did as many as I could this week. So I hope you will honor me for that. And guys, I hope you will join me on a live sometime. If you're just seeing me for the first time, I'm the Faith and Financial Guru. I have degrees. I also have corporate finance experience. I was an auditor with Price Waterhouse. I have a lot of financial experience and gifts in this area. I've also been an entrepreneur for 20 years, focusing on helping people how to earn money from home. I'm an expert in home-based businesses and how you can get your tax money back. So all of that makes me, and because I've been following this for 11 years. So I have a unique voice in this space, and I hope you'll join me. Plus, God has given me a prophetic gift about this space, so I hope you'll join me. God bless. Please subscribe, tap below, like the video at least as a minimum. Comment down below. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. God bless. I love you. God bless.